What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk. Hey, we had a lot of information today, guys, and I decided, hey, why don't I do a Q&A section, session with all you guys, because I know I've done a lot of talking about what I've heard today, what I've saw, and all the things that have gone down. But I figure, hey, let's go ahead and do a Q&A section because you all may have some questions that I might be able to answer or give my thoughts and opinions on. So we will get started in about 60 seconds. We're going to let the room fill up with the chat section, let people get on in the room, and then we'll go ahead and get rolling and get started, guys. But thank you for supporting TD Fans Talk. Guys, if you're interested in purchasing a TD Fans Talk t-shirt, I have two different designs. All you have to do is email me at tdfanstalk@yahoo.com. That is tdfanstalk@yahoo.com. I'm going to put that in the comment section, guys, so that you all can see it and go give me an email if you're interested, and I can get you taken care of, man. tdfanstalk@yahoo.com. All right, guys, there you go. It's in the comment section just in case you don't know how to get in contact with me via email. All right. What's up, Matthew? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Matthew. Asher, what's up with you, man? Hey, I know y'all already heard all the news today. Just been crazy stuff, man. We're just gonna do a quick session of Q&A, answer some of you guys' questions, see what your thoughts are for the day. Just a opportunity for us to talk about a few things back and forth, man. Matthew said, do you think we will tank? That depends on the coach. Let me tell you why. If we just get a run-of-the-mill coach just for now, hey, we're going to give you a chance, a rookie coach, and say, if you do well, you do well. If not, you weren't a part of our scheme anyway. Our scheme is about 3 years later or whatever it is. Then we're pretty much tanking. But if we're bringing in a great coach who still can see the potential of us doing something special with this roster while we build, then no, we won't be tanking. So, like I said, once I know who the coach is going to be, I'll be able to tell you clearly what our intentions are. I don't think any team really tries to tank regardless. But I know what you mean when you ask, okay? Well, I love your streams, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, Asher. I appreciate the love and support, man. If you want to help me out, let your friends and family members know about TD Fans Talk. Send them, share one of my videos. Have them subscribe, man. That's how you can best help out this channel, guys. What's up, Smokey One? Shout out to you, man. I see you got the Kansas City logo. So y'all boys ready to roll. So good luck with that. I hope Mahomes does well. I wish him success, actually. And it looks like your team actually did what they needed to do to put an offensive line in front of them and let them be effective, man. JC Forrester, can I be mod? JC, I had to stop making mods because some of the stuff that I saw from the mods were kind of ridiculous. So I have to start vetting people as far as mods. Email me at tdfanstalk@yahoo.com. We can talk about it, and then we can go from there, man. Can Miami win a Super Bowl in 5 years? It's very possible. It's very possible. I think our window could be in the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, depending on the coach we bring in, though. That's what I'm waiting on to see who the coach is going to be. We're already requesting interviews from several people. I heard the Bears coordinator we're trying to look at. Then you got there was another one earlier too. I forgot the name already, but it is what it is, man. Chris Greer is the new GM. Chris Greer is everything. He was already a GM, but now he's going to be taking over all operations from a general manager standpoint. No problem, Smokey. That's what it is, man. What we going to talk about, Julio? This is the Q&A session. So if you have questions, we're going to discuss it. Just figure we take a break for everything that went on today. I gave a lot of information in the last 2 videos, some real in-depth information where we kind of seen all the writing on the wall, but it all transformed once I saw that press conference, man. That told us everything. It told us everything, man. Do you think the fans will try to rebuild their team like the Browns? Not like the Browns, but we're rebuilding. We're in a rebuild, man. The good thing is when we've officially finally said, all right, let's rebuild, I like the fact that we're already halfway through it. So that shows you the power struggle that was going on. Greer was trying to rebuild. Tannenbaum and Gase was now. So I like that Greer still got a lot done in that time frame, even though it's not as much as could have gotten done, but he got a lot done, man. He got a lot done, so we still see some players that we're ushering in for the future. So that's a good look, man. TD, love what you're doing. I agree with everything you say. I appreciate that, Enrique Sanchez. If you ever hear me say something that don't make sense to you, make sure you disagree, though, man. That's what it's about. All right, but I'm glad that we like minds, man. We see the same thing. Logic is taking us to the conclusions that we found. So people can call it being haters or excuse makers, but logic takes me. And if you agree, I see your logic. But if you ever disagree, make sure you let it be known, man. That's what the conversation is about. I just hope we make getting a legit O-line top priority. And we can't say it enough, man. We can't say it enough. It's ridiculous. TD, do you really want to have a rookie coach? No, I don't want no rookie coach. But if we're going to be in rebuild mode where we know we're not even going to be competitive, then why not? Go ahead, take them for 2 years. Well, you know what I'm saying? We don't need people already getting a bad rep on our say you bring in a proven coach. Say you do bring in Harbaugh and he just sucks for the first 3 years. And then we're like, get rid of Harbaugh. When the whole plan wasn't to be great in 3 years anyway. Or imagine getting a rookie for 3 years. He sucked. Okay, nobody's making a big fuss about it because we knew that. And then you bring in Harbaugh and he winning. Oh, Harbaugh. You know how time can make you look bad. Time can make you look bad. And then you got to also ask, what tenure coach want to come to the Miami Dolphins situation anyway? See, that's the thing. Consider that, guys. Everybody always talk about bring this person in, do this, do that. First of all, who wants to come to Miami and do that for us? Who? Some of these coaches might even be like, oh, I got 2 offers. I ain't going to Miami. They got too many holes to plug, too much stuff they dealing with. That is a coach death trap waiting to happen. That's how some of them think about it now. Coach death trap waiting to happen. The only ones you get to come to Miami are the young ones, unless you finna pay a coach even bigger money. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. It's the stuff we got to think about, man. If we were to draft a QB, which one would you choose? In this year's draft, my preference wouldn't be to choose none. I want to choose out of the 2020 pool. That's what I keep telling y'all. I want to choose my quarterback out of the 2020 pool. I don't want to choose him out of the 2019 pool. But if I got to go in 2019, it's probably locked. That's probably who it is for me, but I don't want to, man. Sometimes y'all have to realize even if you need something, don't mean you got to get it that very year. You know how people keep saying we need a quarterback? That's like saying we need a quarterback, we need another cornerback, opposite of Xavier Howard. We need another linebacker because we don't know who the third one going to be yet. We need 3 offensive linemen. We need 2 more defensive interior linemen. I mean, we can keep on talking about what we need, but just because you need it don't mean you have to get it that very year because it may not be the best decision for your team. And you know one quarterback, I'm giving you the answer. You know what position a lot of franchises mess up and as soon as they need it, they go get it. When they shouldn't, they should fix a few other things before they go get that quarterback. That happens in plenty of franchises. We need a quarterback, but you got a few more pressing things that you need so that when you do go get your new quarterback, it'll look real nice. People act like it's impossible to ruin a quarterback early on. People act like it is impossible for the top quarterback coming in to be on a sucky team and they never get off the ground. People act like that's impossible. People act like, no, your quarterback's supposed to be the one that gets you off the ground. No. How do you feel about teams' approach now? I am so excited. See, that's what it's always been about. Give us the direction we're headed. TD's been on record to say if we're in the rebuild stage, then I like where we going. Let's go. Let's keep on doing this steady but surely. Because I'm the one that's been reporting, y'all don't see this talent coming in being ushered. I got to listen to other people reporting, we need receivers, we need Le'Veon Bell, we need this and that. And I'm like, I literally the whole time have been reporting, if we're in rebuild, if we're going to rebuild, I like where we going. Do y'all not see this young talent that they're ushering in? I even did a video on the front office saying, you know, I actually give them like, I don't know if I give them a B- or what. And people are like, what do you mean a B-? Look at what we know, because I see the future being ushered in. And after what I heard today, I realized it could have been further along had we not been kept filling holes, following the Tannenbaum Gase's method. I never knew that this was a battle. Obviously, what happened today, if you ain't go check out Greer and Ross's press conference, go check that out. Then after you check that out, go check out my last video. I break down everything they talking about. It makes nothing but sense to me. Gase was right now. I want to win now. Stephen Ross out his own mouth. I couldn't believe he said that. Usually we don't get real raw information like that, and I believe that man. And I explain to y'all why I believe him. I explained to y'all why I believe him. Check my last video out if you ain't see it. But gosh, man, this man said, well, if it was a hard decision and you made it last night, then what made you fire Gase? If all the reports were false. Then he said, I realized Gase wants to win now. He wants to win right now. Oh my God, that blew my mind when he said it. I said, whoa, the real truth. Now I see the divide in the organization. Greer had a vision for long-term success. Gase wanted to win now, and Tannenbaum backed that up as much as he could. And Stephen Ross didn't make a decision on should he keep Gase or not because of Gase. He had to make a decision of, do I win now, try to win now, and take risks, or do I build for long-term success? And like the man said, I'm a businessman, just like I built all my other businesses. It's about long-term success. And I told y'all straight out, he's a businessman. He's not thinking about the now. He's thinking about his investment reaping long-term profits, long-term benefits. You think he cares about the now, putting all that money up for the Dolphins, new renovations? A lot of that money came out of his pocket. Let's not forget. And some people say we'll never change until Ross sells the team. Well, we in it for at least a 20-year haul. This man done put up hundreds of millions of dollars to renovate. We in this long term. He done put his own cash up as an investment. He's into this long term. He's not looking at this as a 1-year, 5-year investment, 10-year investment. Come on, man. He's looking long term. Profits every year, long term. But he also wants to win. You know why? He's a billionaire. And you know, they ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. They ain't got to flash y'all. Most billionaires live broker than us because they smart like that. When I say broker than us, I mean whatever income level you are, you'll be surprised that some of them spend less than you per year. You'll be surprised. But the one thing that they do crave is recognition from other billionaires, baby. Oh, Adam, I saw you on the stage winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, just my little side team. You know, that's where they get cocky, behind those closed doors with their other friends. That's when all that changes. That's what they want. He said, I want to win. I want to win. He wants to, be honest, Ross, you want to own a winning franchise in the NFL. That's your importance. I want to own a winner. That's the truth. When have we ever known Ross to be that football guy? Ain't no reports of it. He's the owner. Point blank, man. Point blank, man. I like what I heard from Ross. I love it too. He was straightforward, though. He was straightforward. That's what you don't get that. That's rare, y'all. That's what I did appreciate the most. It's rare. This man said he wanted to win now. Wow. That was powerful. They gave you a look into everything. They gave you your answer to everything. They gave us a peek inside of the front office when this man said, I fired him because he wanted to win now. Oh my gosh, that shows you. That is proof. 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 Greer, long-term success, and he backed it up with everything he said, and those guys won it now. And they took a chance. It could have worked out, but they got bit. And Greer probably warned them, this is the risk you take. And you got bit by that risk. Those injuries, they bit you. They bit you hard too, because you're not with the Dolphins anymore. That's why I think Gase is going to get another job. Because, and matter of fact, that helped Gase. Ross saying, I fired him because he wanted to win now. You don't think this man gonna get another job? You don't think he gonna get another job? Oh yeah, he gonna be all right. I think Gase is gonna be all right, man. Gase is gonna be all right. He gonna be a head coach somewhere else. Ross did not feel like it had anything to do with Adam Gase and his coaching. That means Ross already knew Adam Gase did have that pass. You got all these injuries. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Chill, man. You ain't got. I ain't making my decision off of injuries. Now my decision goes right back to, hey. My decision goes right back to, hey, am I long term or right now? I keep going this guy's way right now, and things keep getting in the way. It's not his fault, but maybe this is what Greer's talking about. I shouldn't be right now. I need to be long term. We got to part ways, Adam Gase. It had nothing to do with his coaching. Ross already. That pass was there with the injuries. He understood the injuries. He didn't blame this season on Gase. That's what y'all have to understand. He did not blame the season on Gase from an execution standpoint. Them injuries, man. Like he said in the press conference, it just didn't transform on the field. Long term, man. That's what got rid of Gase. Gase wanted it now. And it's other teams that want it now, and they would love to bring Gase in now. After Ross said that, it's other teams that's probably like, all right, let's make sure we check out Gase. It's happening, guys. Tannehill likely will be with the team next year, but won't unless he takes a major pay cut. Depends, man. We got to look at this new coach. This new coach is going to tell us a lot, man. Hold on. Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. All great. What time? All right, well, let me work on that. All right, then. Yeah, Indiana, I'm on the phone. All right, man. Bye-bye. You got to take them, man. You never know. Just in case of an emergency. You don't let certain phone calls go unnoticed, especially when it's your wife. All right? Man, what was he saying? Hold on, man. Don't worry, man. I'm getting rid of him from the channel, man. Don't worry. I'm just kicking him out the channel, y'all. Sorry, y'all. We had somebody being disrespectful. I don't even know what they were saying, but I saw a few words and it was unnecessary, so we had to get them out the channel. TD, what you think of being the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs? I don't know what to think, man. I mean, it's like saying, like, it's hard for me to think about somebody who already got it made. Like the Chiefs offensive coordinator, I don't know nothing about the guy, but I know that he got an offensive line and he got a quarterback and he got weapons everywhere. And I repeat, he got an offensive line. It's hard for me to have any opinion when you got it made. Now, if he have nothing and it was like, look at what he made out of this, then I might have an opinion. But it's hard to have an opinion about somebody who already got it made. TD never admits when he's wrong in his opinions. What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about, Cass. What was I wrong about? What was I wrong about? I don't get what you're talking about. Wife, enough said. Take that call. For a second, I thought that was Gase calling you for a job. Oh my gosh, man. Y'all funny. Indiana KJD, shout out to you, man. That was funny, man. We got an O-line that's straight when it's healthy. We got weapons, but we have a mediocre quarterback. Erica Garcia, you're right. But when they're healthy, that mediocre quarterback actually plays like a good quarterback. So I don't understand what you're saying. We got an O-line that's straight when healthy. Yeah, even the quarterback looked straight when the O-line was healthy. Remember, we went 3-0, and then we lost one game, and he was gone. You forgot? I mean, you're actually making the point yourself, Erica. Erica Garcia says, we got an O-line that's straight when it's healthy. I agree this year, right? You're right. We got weapons. I agree. But we have a mediocre quarterback. You're saying that as that's the reason we're not being successful. This man went 3-0 with that healthy O-line. One of them go out, everything go to hell in the fourth game. Then one by one, he goes out. Then all the weapons go out. And then when he comes back, we act like he came back with his starting offensive line for some reason. Then we act like he came back with Albert Wilson and Jakeem Grant. His weapons, most of his weapons. Like, I don't get your point here. Don't get it, man. But he ain't the future, though, bro. Trust. I get that. That's an opinion. Nothing's wrong with it. You could be 100% right. I could be 100% wrong. But let's go back to what you're basing this off of, Erica. You're literally saying we got an O-line when healthy, which the quarterback look good when they healthy. The weapons are healthy. Quarterback look good when they healthy too. And he's been looking good. So I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to put that together. What was your point? Like, it's like you proving mine. When healthy. Do we have to forget what Tannehill did when the O-line was healthy? Remember before that second injury? 7 out of 8 wins, and that was when we thought we had our O-line? Come back this year from injury, 3-0. Then we lose an offensive lineman, starter. I mean, what you want me to say, man? I'm just putting the facts together. That's what I saw. You were right, but the logic behind what you're trying to prove is actually proving what I'm saying. When healthy, we were good. So why fire Adam Gase? Because Adam Gase wants to win now. Yeah, I think some people are missing the theory of what I'm talking about here, okay? This is what I see based off of today, okay? Greer is on this side. Adam Gase and Tannenbaum is on this side. They have a difference of opinion. Greer says, by all means, let's rebuild. And I've already started that process, but you all keep undermining it by making certain decisions that don't cause this process to go quicker. Example, you bring in veterans like Kilgore and Sitton because you want to win right now. Because we couldn't afford to go get a young Kilgore and Sitton because of the way we're structured. It's going to take time to rebuild. We got to keep doing it through the draft and paying these impact players minimal dollars. That's how you save money. Look at the Patriots. That's what they're doing. So Greer is preaching how this works. This is my vision. Greer is saying we can't do it now. Adam Gase is saying we need to do it now. And Tannenbaum is seconding that motion. Instead of bringing in one really good guard for 10 million a year or something like that, instead of doing that, listen, we can fill more holes. Instead, this is what I'm saying. Instead of bringing in a young 25-year-old guard for 10 million a year, Gase and them is like, but that's still gonna leave that hole, that hole, that hole, that hole. We can get 4 veterans to fill that hole, those holes. We can get 4 veterans to fill those holes. Proven veterans in Greer, but that's short-term success, and it's stopping the process of having that one guard that's going to be with us for 10 years to come. You're talking about this year and maybe next with your plan, and everything has to go perfect with your plan to work. That's what Greer's telling them, and they're like, man, we need this now. Trust me, it can get it done. I'm going to give you what you want, but I'm going to go get my safety in the draft. I'm going to get me a tight end in the draft and a future kicker or somebody. I'm going to get that. Okay, Gase gets what he wants because they have to work together. Tannenbaum seconds it. Greer's still trying to make his moves over here. That's what's happening. It's what's happening. That's what happened. And what happened with Adam Gase had nothing to do with him as a coach. Like Ross said, he lost his job because he wanted to win now. And that's where it comes from. Instead of going to get that one guard that's going to be with us like a Cam Wake career, you want to go get 4 veterans that are good enough to get it done, but you're taking a risk because they're older. You're taking a risk because what if they actually just don't turn out to be great? We're stalling time to create a franchise that's moving in championships in and out or going to playoffs every year in and out. You're slowing that process down. So that's why they got rid of Gase. You have to understand this. This is bigger, man. You're going to hear some people tell you, oh, they got rid of Gase because he sucked. Listen, trust me, please. This had nothing to do with Gase as a coach. I promise you. I promise you. Because the truth is, if Gase didn't have those injuries, he would have even looked better. We would have been blinded and not been able to stop what we saw from him. I promise y'all. This was not Ross said it himself. He even called the media out. You all were wrong. I don't know where you got your information from, but you all were wrong. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop reading these reports. We can pay attention to them to look out for it, but stop reading all these reports that suggest or sources say and all of that. No, you know the real reports. You know the real reports. You know them. I see them all. Don't get me wrong. Even the ones that are, get out of here. I read them all. But I've been telling y'all this for the longest. It's bigger than what you see on Sunday. It's bigger than that, man. It's a lot going on in the organization. People think you can just flip a switch and say, all right, we got these 12 needs. Go get the best ones right now. Like you ain't going to be $300 million over the salary cap or something. People think you can just flip that switch. You got to negotiate. Greer out there negotiating with Tannenbaum. Gase is all in Tannenbaum here. This is what we need. This, that, and this. And Greer is like, man, I know you want to go get those 4 players, but we could just put some young guys in those spots that's trying to make a mark for themselves out there. And I can go get me a really, really, really good guard that's already proven. He on a contract. He didn't re-up with his team. And he want to test free agency. We can go get this guy. Yeah, but that one guard ain't going to fix the right guard. It ain't going to fix the center. It ain't going to fix what we need over here, another cornerback. To opposite Xavier Howard, it ain't going to fix that. Just go spend a few million, get me this one, give me that one. He ain't going to cost $12 million. He only about $6 million. Give me that one and try to get me that too. That's the now. And Greer's like, all right, I'll give you those 2, but I can't give you. They're negotiating, man. That's how it works, man. That's how it works, man. Players didn't like Gase's T. Hill favoritism. See, y'all see that? Fast Pony is reporting accurate news. See, now that's accurate. Let me show y'all the difference. Fast Pony just said players didn't like Gase's T. Hill favoritism. I love that comment because it's 100% accurate. Players didn't like the favoritism Gase had of Tannehill. They didn't like it because he treated them and everything. But that don't mean, like these fake reports coming out, players mad at Gase because he's always defending Tannehill. You see how much worse that sounds? As in Gase out there like, man, y'all need to do your job. It ain't Tannehill's fault. That ain't what was happening. Everybody on that team know the offensive line sucked. He talked about showing them favoritism and day in and day out activities and what they do. And maybe here and there ripping them apart and stuff like that. Yes, but it ain't got nothing to do with no, you a fool if you don't think that this team, every single player on the team, including the O-line, suck. Even the offensive lineman, they suck. Larry Tunsil got to be over there like, oh, I got another successful one. Oh, why my quarterback on it? You know how many times this year Larry Tunsil probably looked back like, God, dang, we suck as a unit. Hey, but I'm over here doing my job. But hey, that's why you didn't get in the Pro Bowl. It wasn't because of your individual play. It's because you are a part of a unit that sucks. That's why Larry Tunsil didn't get in the Pro Bowl. He is a part of a unit that sucks. You can't tell me Larry Tunsil ain't over there every play looking behind him like, God, dog. God, dog. He probably be looking at Jesse and them like, gosh, I got to be next to this scrub. What happened to the days I was next to Albert? What was it? Brandon Albert. What happened to the days I was next to Brandon, man? What happened to them days? Look at what I'm living with now. I ain't expect to experience this. I thought I was that final piece upgrading the line. Now look at me. I am the line. I am the line. Larry Tunsil like, hey, don't mess this up, young fella. Don't mess this up. You about to get one of the biggest contracts you could ever think of, fella. Just keep your head down. Don't say nothing bad about the rest of the line. Don't say nothing bad about no coach, no quarterback, no nothing. Just let me sit back, be a good role model, and get my check, baby. Let me get my check, baby. That's what Tunsil over there like, man, I'm going to keep busting my behind. It's easy to show that I'm better than them. I ain't even got to be elite, even though he is. I ain't even got to be elite, but it's going to make me look elite. These bums going to make me look like Jesus Shuttlesworth, baby. Oh, man, these bums are making me look all pro. Man, just imagine. This is what probably Larry Tunsil thinking about. He probably like, man, imagine. I know the Dolphins got to give me money. See, I ain't no Landry. I ain't no problem. I ain't this. I ain't that. I ain't over here asking to do more. I'm just doing my job and doing it at a high level. I know they're going to pay me, but what if I enter free agency? It's dumber teams than the Dolphins that'll pay me even more. Tunsil is in heaven right now. Tunsil like, let me take my time because I did get a little nicked up last year, but hey, I came back during the season. Hey, I can go out there and play hurt. I ain't even got to tell them and I'll look better than these bums. I can go out there. I ain't even got to tell them and I'll look better than these bums. Tunsil is in the best spot. He like, I got to go out and pace myself next year. They build a team to win, I'll ball out. But if they don't, I just play at like 8 out of 10, and it'll still look like I'm playing out like a 12 out of 10 with these bums next to me. Come on, man. Man, it's a business, y'all. It's a business. I look at every single aspect of the game. Every single aspect of the game, not just no Sunday what I see because a quarterback throw 2 picks or Xavier Howard getting beat. That's what I'm talking about. It's not like every week Xavier Howard was Superman. It was weeks that he just kept getting beat too. It's all kind of stuff. I look at everything, man. I look at everything. Everything, man. What up, Miami Guns? What's good, Noah Martin? Derek Wood with the sweet Jesus. That's probably exactly what he's thinking. Exactly. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You are a left tackle in the National Football League. You are a left tackle, and you ain't give up a sack in 14 weeks, and in the last few weeks, you may have given up a few. You are a left tackle in the NFL. Oh my gosh. And you the strongest thing on the line, they can't go backwards. Miami would get ripped apart. Worse than Sue, worse than Ajayi, worse than Landry. Laramie Tunsil letting him go in free agency. Miami would get ripped apart by the media. Ripped apart. Ripped apart. Laramie Tunsil has the more leverage than, oh my God. That's what, boy, he gonna be walking on needles this year. Laramie Tunsil gonna be walking on needles this year, boy. He gonna be on his best behavior. Not only is he gonna be on his best behavior, it might even be moments where Laramie might be like, I sprained my ankle, man. I don't think I can go. You know, Laramie Tunsil might play like 9 out of 16 games. Like, I don't think I can go. You know, I'm listed as questionable, you know. But in game day come, yeah, coach is still bothering me. We might get that a few weeks, and then since it's an ankle injury, I mean, it's like, well, he'll be better. He'll still be 100%. It's an ankle. It ain't like it's an ACL. It's not like it's this or that. Man, this is what we got to deal with, man. But you know he wouldn't be able to sing that same tune if our O-line was playing legit and we had everybody. He wouldn't be able to because the O-line playing well. If we had a young O-line and they all were playing very good, he couldn't be like that because he would be an easy replacement. That's what we're looking for in the future, to be so young and good that nobody has a right to nothing. Oh, are we going to re-sign this guy, re-sign that guy? The Cowboys had like 5 Pro Bowlers on their O-line. They wanted to re-sign Zach Martin, and in the last minute, they were able to do it. But just imagine if they didn't. It wouldn't have been, and from my understanding, I think he's hurt. It's still not that big of a deal because it's one of them. But when you're the only one, you got all the leverage in the world, man. You got all the leverage in the world. All of it. Xavier Howard and Mika are defense solid for our future. Keep Rashad for another 2 years. I'm with that. What I was saying about an X-Man, because somebody said X is a man, bro. Oh, I agree. But I also look at the whole game in its entirety. Let's not act like he ain't got no flaws now. Let's not act like X ain't got no flaws. You got to go look at film to see that. He got flaws, but where he is at his age and his point in his career, oh, he way above the rest. And that's what's promising. That's what's promising. He's not a lockdown corner. People keep thinking he's a lockdown corner. We don't know that yet. We know he's a semi-lockdown left corner. Will Greer pay Howard? He should. See, the difference is when you have people like, some of these cornerbacks, the lockdown corners, X has a high ceiling. Hey, Fast Pony, we agree about that. That's the point. He has a high ceiling. Because for him to be where he is right now in his career, oh, that ceiling is high, and that's why you got to pay him. That's why he's the future. But all I'm talking about is that's not act like he ain't got no flaws now. Go look at film now. He gets beat in coverage. The beautiful thing is if the throw's not perfect or the route's not perfect, he has the skill to recover. He's a playmaker. He has the skill to recover. Every cornerback in the NFL gets beat. A lot of times it's just, do you have the skill to recover? When that ball go in the air, do you have that burst to catch up that 1.5 yards? You know? Do you have that burst to change directions running full speed with somebody since they know what they're going to do before you? Do you have that skill, that athleticism to be able to stop on a dime and get back in coverage the right way? That's what makes the difference. That's what he has. But he gets burnt sometimes. But also, the defense has been so bad that it makes a lot of them look bad. Bobby McCain is better than he looked this year. We should have never had this man in open field situations. Bobby McCain is a cornerback that need to run with you man to man. Every time Bobby got burnt, it was some type of zone scheme where he had to follow the man that came in his zone. That ain't their strengths. These guys are dogs. They want to be in the trenches. Minka is definitely a dog. I want to be right in your face. If you more athletic than me, then you win. But let's find out. That's what they are. But we playing all this zone this year. I don't get that. We were getting killed in the zone all season, y'all. All season. Murdered in the zone. Worst defensive year in franchise history. Let's blitz more in solid corners and safeties. I agree. Monster Chill, you spot on, bro. You spot on. That's what it is. That's what was missing. Burke didn't use that personnel right. And that's also Gase's fault for not getting on his defensive coordinator to use it right. You they boss. That's Matt Burke. Yes, it is. Man, we ain't supposed to be talking about Burke. He takes years off your life when you talk about him. We already had this. Man, we ain't talking about Burke. Anyway, RD was super trash this year. How much you going to laugh if Gase goes to Cleveland? I'm not going to laugh much at all. Gase's departure is not bad for him nor us. That's what we need to understand. Gase's departure is not bad for him nor us. It was the right thing for both sides. When you get the real reason, it's not like we felt like you aren't a good coach, we're firing you. Ross made that clear. Stop listening to these guys go hooping and hollering, yeah, we fired Gase because he was a bum and this and that, and he sucked at, he's not a head coach or nothing. Stop listening to these guys. They got an agenda. They probably stroking most of y'all nerve because that's what y'all want to hear. The truth is, this firing had nothing to do with Gase. It was the fact that he wanted to win now. And the decisions that he was forcing upon the front office and not being happy about it when it didn't go his way. That's what ultimately got him fired. Greer couldn't work under that. Greer has a plan. And Stephen Ross's job is to give Greer what he needs. And Greer is talking to Ross. I mean, I don't even know why I ain't see it coming. Maybe because all we got from the whole organization was win now. We don't expect Greer to be coming out giving his own press conferences of his side of his job and how he feels. Today we got real information, y'all. They gave us the truth. There wasn't no lie in that. I have no reason to believe there was a lie in anything we heard today. And I love the direction. Greer, I like his thought process, but it's what we should have realized 3 years ago. Greer did, you can see with the draft picks and the moves, but it could have been quicker. We could have had 1 or 2 or 3 more of those guys like Xavier and stuff that we felt were already ready for the future. We could have already had that. That's what ultimately got him fired. Ross said doing the same thing over and over, plugging holes. No, man. That's what got him fired, man. That's what got him fired. That clearly is what got Adam Gase fired. And another team is going to pick that up because they feel like they're ready to win now. That's the difference. A team that feels like they're ready to win now, they're really going to consider Adam Gase. They're really going to consider Adam Gase. That's real talk. They feel like he got what it takes to win it for them. But Gase ain't with that rebuild stuff. Gase is like, I'm a young fired coach. I'm ready to win. I don't want to hear no excuses. This boo-boo roster, man, y'all better give me this, give me that. Gase, you can't get it that fast. It's impossible. No franchise can. Well, fill these holes. Give me this person. He don't cost that much, and he's solid. Our front office, 60% of this team's problem. I agree, Derek. But with what happened today with Tannenbaum being reassigned, I read another article. He was reassigned. They did not fire that man. They reassigned him. He's going to be doing something else with the organization. That means they didn't like his decisions. Period. But they like him in the organization. Which is crazy. I've never heard that. Reassigned. Somebody said janitor. Hey, maybe. Who knows? If it makes him happy. Man, this had nothing to do with Gase, man. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all, too. All these people finna come out, yeah, we fired Gase. I had a little fun with it myself. I sung at his funeral. Get out of here, all that stuff. But the truth be told, man, this had nothing to do with Adam Gase and his ability to be a coach. He was clearly fired because he wanted to win now. And our franchise didn't see that vision going forward. That's just what it is, man. That's what it is. Let's hope for the Bears defensive coordinator. Y'all risking for a lot of stuff, man. Who will our QB be next year? I don't even know, man. There's still a great chance it's Tannehill. It's a great chance they just scrap it and go get a bum just to keep on starting this process. Or they just get somebody decent. They're going to go out there and try to get somebody like a Teddy or something. Give the franchise hope. Like maybe Teddy can turn it around. It won't amount to nothing. Y'all heard it here first. It won't amount to nothing. Because even if Teddy's playing his best football these next 3 years, he ain't going to have the core around him to execute it. And if he do, is it even going to stay healthy? Who knows, man? I just can't wait till we hire this next coach. And that should be coming hopefully within the next week. I'm stuck in the middle of this firing, TD, to be honest. I hear you, New York, but you have to ask yourself, New York, do you want to win right now? Or do you want to have a franchise that's sustaining a winning season every year, competing every year? That's what you got to ask yourself, New York. You got to ask you, forget who got fired or anything. You have to ask yourself, do you want to win right now? Or do you want to have a franchise that is competing for a championship every year? And Masachil said, yes, right now. Win now. So we're gonna put y'all in the eyes of the front office. Okay, we can go down the route of winning now, but we need to talk about the risks that we're taking. If we win now, that means you have the full understanding that with the 12 holes that we have to fill, it is impossible to fill those with good players in one offseason, let alone 2 off seasons. To be quite honest, it'll take about 3 off seasons just from attrition. Because even though Cam Wake ain't in that 12, his will be coming up 2 years from now, if you see what I mean. There's too many holes, 12 holes. Now, if you want to win now, that means we go patch these holes up with good old wily veterans for a low price that have been proven, but they come with possible injuries. They come with, are they just their skill digressing possibly? And our luck, we've lucked out. The veterans we've always picked up have been good. It's just always been possibly injuries most of the time. So if you want to go down that route, Monster Chill, if you want to go down that route and win now, we can do what you're asking and fill those holes. But if it don't turn out, this is all on you. And that's what Adam Gase did. And look at what the outcome was. The risk that he was warned about happened. So what you supposed to, Stephen Ross said it himself. I mean, what am I supposed to go into the offseason plugging holes, doing the same thing we've been doing forever? That's insanity to me. Going into the offseason to keep doing what we've been doing, plugging holes and stuff, that's insanity. I'm supposed to go into next year doing the same thing? That's not how I run my businesses. That's what he said. Go watch his interview. It's long-term success. So that's what you got to ask yourself. Monster Chill say injuries is always going to happen. Well, that's my point exactly. We had a win now roster. We had a win now roster. We had a win now roster. And then they say no QB. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We forget Tannehill. Let's go get anybody you want. We still didn't have when the injuries happen, everybody has injuries. But how beautiful it'll be to see some of these quarterbacks behind the O-line we got right now. You're taking a risk. And some of y'all are guessing, well, it might have been better if we had a better quarterback. Do y'all what the quarterback got to do with defense? Do y'all think the defense was going to change? With a better quarterback, we still was going to have the worst defense in the league. Win now comes with risks. And like Master Chill said, everybody has injuries. You're right. And they hurt the Dolphins. You're right. Everybody has injuries. They hurt the Dolphins, though. I mean, we can't sit here and start debating. I know you're not saying that, oh, them injuries didn't hurt the Dolphins. It's the next man up, so the injuries shouldn't matter on any team. Nobody's thinking that. I'm going to guess that for y'all. Nobody's thinking that. Nobody's thinking that. Because they don't have a quarterback to mask the roster deficiencies. Alert TV, you spot on. They don't have, the Miami Dolphins do not have a quarterback that masks the roster deficiencies. But like I keep saying, do you want a quarterback that can mask the roster's deficiencies, or do you want an efficient roster? Do you want a roster that don't have any deficiencies? Which one do you want? Now, your answer to that will tell me who you really are when it comes to football. Which one do you want? A quarterback who can mask deficiencies that you don't even know if he's going to be there. You don't even know if one injury and all your deficiencies are just out in the open. Which one do you want? A quarterback who can mask deficiencies? Or would you rather have no deficiencies? That'll tell me if y'all know what y'all talk about on football, if you answer that question. But then there comes a dilemma with those who don't like the quarterback we have now. If you answer that question and say, I'd rather have no deficiencies, then that kills your whole thought process about our current quarterback. And it's funny, I ain't getting no answers. Oh, man. Oh, to get good personnel. Somebody know what they're talking about, man. Brother, but our QB is the deficiency. Y'all hear this? That's my point exactly. I ain't got to defend that. I ain't going to respond to that comment. But y'all heard that? Somebody believes that our quarterback is the deficiency. Didn't say one of. He said the. We ain't got to defend that. We're going to let that one live phony, man. We're not even going to act like that was a real comment. That impossible to have no deficiencies. There's no perfect team. You're right. But when your offensive lineman is sucking like this for 10 years, at what point can you, well, let me ask you this. At what point can you call something a deficiency? I wonder, at what point can you call something a deficiency? Yeah, everybody has deficiencies, but we had tons of them. Somebody just said Brady line sucks. You don't know football. Get out of here. Just because they ain't playing as great as they did a few years ago, still don't mean they suck. And I'll take Brady's line right now, and I can go back and we can go look at Brady highlights right now, man. Down, saying hut, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. I go play Tannehill's highlights, 1 second. On a great day, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4, getting hammered. Throwing it on at the same time. That's on a good day. So I don't care if Brady's line sucks. Then give the right title for ours. But don't put it with Brady's sucky line, quote unquote, this year they suck. You're wrong. But quote unquote, they suck. Don't put it on their line and say that they suck. Then give ours a title. You can't say ours suck then. You got to find a word 5 times worse than suck then. You got to find a word 5 times worse than suck. If you want to call they line suck, then look at ours. You got to find a word 5 times worse. Come on, man. Chiefs line suck. Y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this? We just watched Mahomes' video the other night on this channel, live. Mahomes got more time than any quarterback in the NFL to throw the ball this year. Ain't taking nothing from the young man. He balling out, using his skills, looking amazing. But we going to sit here and say the Chiefs ain't got no weapons? We going to sit here and say that the Chiefs line is – I don't even know why I'm even arguing with people that say the Chiefs got a bad line. Am I really arguing with people that say that the Chiefs have a bad line this year? That was a troll. Whoever said that, you trolling. You're trolling intentionally. You are trolling. Mahomes has pocket presence. First of all, we don't know if Mahomes has pocket presence. You know why? He ain't got to use it. Y'all think just because he get out with his legs, that's good pocket presence? This man take off with his legs even when he ain't under pressure. Even when he's not under pressure. This man says, I see a lane in front of me. I'm going through it. Even when he ain't at risk of getting sacked. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Oh, look at Mahomes taking off. Y'all think because the quarterback got 100 rushing yards, he got good pocket presence. Oh, my gosh. Y'all must think that Allen yesterday had great pocket presence because he had 100 rushing yards yesterday. Y'all think he got great pocket presence. That ain't no great pocket presence. Nobody even close to the man. The whole line just getting bullied. Our whole D-line getting bullied on the ground. Matter of fact, Josh Allen, there was times he turned around and looked back at our defenders on the ground. Like, oh, this is easy. Let me take off. Like, what are y'all talking about, man? TD, why you talk to the haters? Because y'all don't realize sometimes other people who are trying to figure this out themselves in their head, they read what these haters say, and they don't know better yet. So they start to believe it. That's why it's easy to be a hater. Because when people don't know, they join the masses. There are more haters than people that make sense. There are more haters than people that make sense. That's a fact. That's why sometimes I have to call that crap out. That's why. You got to. Because they spewing this negative, toxic stuff in the environment. Why you think our fan base so divided, split up and down? It ain't because of me. It been this way before I started this. It's because people like that saying things. Chiefs ain't got a good old line. Oh my. That's why. So it gives Mahomes that much more credibility. And then they look at Mahomes and look at our quarterback, and it's easy for them to compare and be like, not even close. Look, no, but when you look at the reality of Mahomes, you got one of the best O-lines in football. You got all day to throw the ball. Literally, this man receivers, when you got 6 seconds to throw the ball, that means none of your receivers were even open. You able to connect. Don't you notice most of his biggest successful plays is a broken play? Most of the best things he do are on broken plays. That's because he has so much time. You give any receiving core 6 seconds, somebody will be open eventually. You will stretch their zone thin. You will always find the open man eventually. Eventually, you will. Man, this sports world is going crazy today, man. Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown reportedly skipped practices. Was not hurt leading up to the Week 17 scratch and left the game at halftime. Wow. Antonio Brown might be done in Pittsburgh. Now watch what people say. Bring in Antonio. Man. This is getting real, man. This NFL, man. I just try to tell y'all what I know about football and put my own common sense together. If you disagree, I respectfully respect your disagreement, whatever. But I try my best to make common sense. Hey, at the end of the day, that just might mean I am crazy. But this is what the common sense that I got comes up with. This is what I come up with. It's what I come up with. It's Game of Thrones. Yeah, this is yeah. Agree to disagree. Exactly. That's my point exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just keep on waiting for the person who disagree with me to actually have some evidential logic behind why they feel the way they feel. It's crazy how I just haven't found it yet. Haven't. People know I was supposed to get a phone call this morning from somebody and talk about this. I gave them my number. They never hit me up, man. They say they'll give me a call early in the morning. Never got the call. Somebody who said, hey, I can't explain in text, so I can call you, explain my stance. Oh, yeah, I welcome you. Didn't even get the call. Didn't get the call, man. Somebody say, I have stats. Check PFF. So let me hold on, man. See. Lurk TV, man. I gotta apologize to you ahead of time, Lurk, man. Lurk TV, I gotta apologize to you ahead of time, man. You can email me, by the way, if you want to verbally be able to give your arguments. But I'm sorry, sir. I gotta give you the business real quick. I'll call you. You email me your number, man. But I gotta give you the business on this one. And if you want to play this game, let's roll, man. You literally just said, I have stats. Check PFF. Let me ask you something, Lurk TV. Let me walk you into your own demise, man. Is Ezekiel Elliott a good running back? Is Ezekiel Elliott a good running back? Let Lurk answer. Let Lurk answer. Lurk says yes. Ezekiel Elliott is a good running back, okay? I agree. Now, is Ezekiel Elliott going to be what he is right now if he got one of the worst offensive, because he got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. But if he has the last ranked offensive line in the NFL, I don't care who on there, if it's the last ranked offensive line in the NFL, is he going to be the same, Lurk TV? Is he going to have his same stats? Is he going to have his same stats? Ohio State tapes say yes. I just asked you yes or no. Is in the NFL, is Ezekiel Elliott, if he has the worst offensive line in football, whoever in 2018 was ranked the worst O-line in football, and all of them came back. All of them came back to block for Ezekiel Elliott. Is he going to have the same stats? That's all I'm asking. It's a yes or a no. Not no Ohio State say yes, or hit the tape say yes. And we don't translate college in the NFL. You got to come prove it in the NFL. Well, Lurk TV, not the same stats. But yet you want to tell me you got proof because you got stats to prove it without looking at the situation. So if I say, oh, Ezekiel Elliott a bum, he only had 800 yards behind this. Well, he had a trash line. No, we only looking at stats. I got stats to prove my point. We don't look at stats when you got situations like this. Y'all always talking this stuff and want to ignore all the attributables. You want to ignore the attributables, man. Like one thing can't cause another thing. You think Kenny Steele shouldn't have had 1,000 yards this year? Yeah, he should have. But his quarterback ain't give it to him. Attributable. How about I give a knock on the quarterback? How about that? Take it even a step further. How can a quarterback do it when he ain't got an O-line to give him time to? Kenny done ran more 60-yard routes than anybody blank routes. Kenny done ran so many times, turned around, was like, ball never even got to make it. It been so many times that you can see Kenny route ends 50 yards down the field, but he make it to the 25 of them yards and the quarterback already sacked. You want to talk about stats. Stats. You act like stats can't be skewed. Like stats can't be skewed, man. Dolphins line can run block. You're right. You're right, they can run block. And that's why Gore was doing very well this year, because they can run block. Looking at stats. Come on, man. Stop looking at freaking stats. If you looked at stats, Ezekiel Elliott would have never been in Dallas if you looked at stats. DeMarco Murray broke the record the year before him. DeMarco Murray, the one that put up over 1,600 yards the year before Ezekiel came in. But DeMarco Murray wanted money. Everybody wanted to forget about DeMarco Murray the year before, and they didn't want to pay him. So they sent him off. And they bring in a young draft pick, which is what you're supposed to do because it's 10 times cheaper. And Jerry Jones said, anybody can run through these Mack truck holes. I'm not taking anything away from Ezekiel Elliott with that. He's still a great running back, but that's not act like he ain't got the lanes to run through. Sometimes our running back get the ball and look at a defender right in his face and never got even touched. The defender never even got touched. You saw that yesterday. Come on, man. It's proof. Y'all want to keep talking about stats. Hold on, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I wasn't even reading your comments, man. I was just going on. Let me back up, man. Eye test. You the one brought up stats. Yeah, eye test. I agree. But your eyes ain't seeing what I see. I played Saturday in film room, played college ball, so I know football, homie. Bruh, you don't even have a sound reason of what you talking about just because you played football. I'm sure everybody on this chat, including myself, done played football. But you ain't giving no logical reason behind what you talking about. I still don't hear a reason. I got stats to prove it. Just either that, eye test. Then why you bringing up stats? You changing the goalposts now. What are we talking about? Now, ain't no love lost. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. But I'm sorry. Giants had the worst line in football, and Barkley balled. Giants had the worst line in football, and Barkley balled. I wonder how many carries a game this man had. It's a difference. See, that's the difference. You claim you know football. Watch this. Here's the difference. That's the difference between Kenyon Drake and Frank Gore. You've run Frank Gore a certain number of times, and he's methodical getting first downs. Barkley is what we want Drake to be. Just run him 30 times. Statistics say he gonna knock off 3 big runs. Run him 30 times. If you know football, you know what I'm talking about. There's different ways to play that run game. The Frank Gore approach, and you saw proof of it this year. The goal is getting 4 yards per every time. Same thing they did with Todd Gurley. The only running back that I feel that had both the connection is Le'Veon Bell. He has that Frank Gore patience, and he breaks. Just full all around because he got the speed too. Frank Gore ain't got that burst where he's taking off on people no more. His shiftiness, his smartness, and going after those yards. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Because Barkley they want to run the man 30 times, and he going to break 3 of them. You know how many times Barkley got stuffed? And then there is a such thing as as an offensive line being able to run block like the Miami Dolphins. We actually had some good run block schemes this year. But suck at pass protection. But you keep on talking about you got stats. There's more to it than just your stats. And then whenever I eat through your stats, you want to talk about eye test all of a sudden. You the one brought up stats. And now you're trying to bring an example in it. Barkley ain't got no O-line. Same situation like Miami. Maybe they create a few lanes, but when it comes to passing the ball, they ain't giving Eli no time. But you got stats for the quarterback. Come on, man. Let me back up some more. I don't want to miss what you're saying. I want to eat every single thing you say. Where he at? I don't know what you're talking about. Out the league. I don't know who y'all was talking about. Let me see, man. Alert TV. Saquon Barkley had the worst line in football. Lurk, I'm trying to keep doing this, man. I'm trying to keep doing this, Lurk. But you saying stuff like that. Saquon Barkley had the worst line in football. Hey, Lurk, are you a Dolphins fan? I see your avatar look like Dolphins. Did you watch any of our games this year? You think the Giants had the worst line in football? You really think the Giants had the worst line in football? Oh, my Jesus. 1 + 1 = 2. You got something right, Lurk. You got something right. I feel you, but if teams don't respect your QB, they blitz the line with no hesitation. I don't think teams – I think it's a false statement to think that teams don't respect Tannehill. I think you're totally wrong on that. Matter of fact, I think teams already know we cannot let Tannehill kill us. And everybody knows the game plan. All we got to do is beat up that O-line and we will get to Tannehill. It ain't a matter of if they don't respect him, they'll come at him. Tannehill is one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. Oh, let me not be fair. I'm giving false facts. He's the most accurate, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL when kept clean. Let me be accurate. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL when kept clean. When kept clean. They got stats for that. Since you want to talk about bringing the stats, they got stats for that. Matter of fact, go to one of my videos about 3.5 months ago. Got it all laid out for you. Got it all laid out for you. All the stats, the sources, and everything. Go check it out. If I'm not mistaken, he was number 3 in the NFL. Not with this year, before this year. Coming into this year, number 3 in the NFL, when kept clean, third highest passer rating in the entire NFL. Facts. Facts. Go look it up. Just go to, you ain't got to go do mad research. Just go check out my video. I actually made a video. I put the article. I put everything. Where the source is, the stats, where it came from, since you want to talk about stats. When kept clean, bro. When kept clean. They respect Tannehill. But they know all they got to do is hurry up and get to him so he don't rip them apart. All we got to do is get to him. Think about it. How can you beat Mahomes? You got to get to him. Otherwise, you have no hope. How do you beat Brady? You got to get to him or you have no hope. All these great quarterbacks, you can't stop them unless you get to them. It ain't that they disrespect Tannehill. They disrespect our O-line. They have no respect for our O-line. You want to know how I know? Because we done had plays even this week. 8 men on the line of scrimmage in a 4-man rush, and 1 man comes unevaded to the quarterback. How is that possible? How can you make that up? 8 men are on the line to block for your quarterback and your running back. 8 men are on the offensive line, and there's a 4-man rush, and 1 man comes unevaded to the quarterback. Happened all year. Happened all year. Happened all year. They don't respect Tannehill. No, they don't respect our offensive line. Since week 9, every team we played, oh my God, I mean, it was, if you were on any of my streams, I was telling y'all this. Every team we played since week 9, they did what we weren't doing. They did what we weren't doing. It's almost like they practiced it through the whole week. On defense, they sit the house. And on offense, they just put 7 and 8 on the line of scrimmage. Go look at the film. Since week 9, almost every single team, go look at 70% of every single one of their plays. They got more than five people on their offensive line. And I ain't talking about just because they got a tight end. I'm talking about 7 and 8 on the O-line. 7 and 8 on the O-line. 2-man routes most of the time. There were times where we had 8 men in coverage and couldn't guard a 2-man route. It's all about giving your quarterback time on offense and getting to the quarterback on defense. It's never been about nothing else. We can get all happy we want about this lockdown corner, this lockdown safety, all that crap. It's never been about that. The game of football have always been about not letting them get to your quarterback and getting to theirs. Period. That has nothing to do with respect or disrespect of a quarterback. You're listening to the media, man. That's all you're listening to right now, man. Lurk TV still here? I was thinking the same thing. They don't respect the O-line. Pete said, with Gase and Tannenbaum gone, I believe Greer will vouch to keep Tannehill. Remember, he scouted him and vouched with Tannenbaum. The only one who didn't want to draft Tannehill was Philbin. That's crazy. I never listen to the media. Well, I'm glad you don't. I'm just trying to understand where you get your conclusion, man. Do you think the Dolphins drafting Drew Lock or any other QB? We'll see a QB in the draft. I wouldn't be surprised. Don't know who it'll be. I want to draft in 2020, y'all. TD should be in the YouTube Hall of Fame first ballot, no debating. No, man. I got bigger dreams, man. Bigger dreams. Just playing. And Lurk TV, man, ain't no love lost. Ain't no love lost. You know what's up, man. Healthy debate. Again, I don't think it's fair that I'm one side that get to talk and spew my views all on top of yours. So you know my email. Email me. We can set something up. You already know what time it is. I like to think that I'm fair. I like to think that I'm fair as I can be. You know what I mean? All right, man. I got to take care of some business, y'all. This TD Fans Talk, man. I love y'all. Hopefully I'll see y'all again today. I am out, man. I am out.